Howdy y'all, I'm Crandall. You guys are watching the Eldredge Fam. I'm excited. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you our DIY concrete steps, pavers. We don't really exactly know what to call them. If you guys know what we made, leave it down in the comments because we cannot figure out what they would be called. Because it's like a sidewalk, but it's not really a sidewalk because of the way we made it. Anyways, I'm going to be showing you guys the DIY version of how we did it, how it looks, what our plan is with it, and then at the end of the video, if you guys stick around to there, I'm going to go through and do a price breakdown. So that way, if you guys decide you want to do something like this, you guys know what it costs, kind of the price breakdown in case you want to do something similar. If you guys enjoy DIY how-to projects, as well as family vlog, that's what our channel is. So if you enjoy that kind of content, go down, hit the subscribe button, follow along. If you find value in this kind of content, hit the subscribe button as well. It helps us out a ton to be able to create more and better content for you guys. If y'all missed our last video, this truck has been out of commission for a couple of months now. I replaced the water pump on it. It was completely shot. There was literally nothing left of it. If you missed that video, go check it out because it was insane what we found. But we're doing our first maiden voyage. We're going up to our town, which is about 35 minutes away. We got to go get some concrete for today's project. So hopefully our truck makes it. We are out of gas, so we're having to go the opposite direction. Run to our little podunk gas station that charges way too much for gas. Get a couple gallons so that we can make it up to the main city. $3.60 a gallon. That's a highway robbery.
You thought it was $2.30, huh?
I thought it was $2.60 or $2.70. But that was the how many gallons $10 does, not how much a gallon of gas is. So we got just enough to get us to town. We got this, like I said, we got this little podunk gas station, which I am grateful for because we've used it more times than I can count to get just enough gas to get us to town. But I know this is a very triggering topic for a lot of our viewers because of how many times we've run out of gas and so forth, but not today. Before we get too carried away at Lowe's lifting like 2,000 pounds of concrete, I needed some nourishment. So we got some Chick-fil-A.
I just want to know how you think we're going to be able to do this.
I don't expect you to do any of it.
So when I help with a little bit of it, you'll be happy.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of lifting.
I remember
Twice.
I did it all the
I know.
last time.
You did.
But I don't think they were 80-pound bags.
They were.
Oh.
Yeah. They were 80-pound bags.
Well, just to let you know, I lift more than Crandall because I walk around holding Paxton and Harvey every single day.
Yeah, that's like 50 pounds.
30, 40,
60.
50. If I hold Maverick and Harvey, that's 60. Or
Yeah.
Maverick and Paxton, 60.
I don't think you ever hold Maverick and Paxton.
I do.
Huh. Well, there you have it, folks.
Life of being a mom.
Have a kid so you can lift weights. It's been a long time since I've been to Lowe's. I used to come here 2 or 3 times a day for a long time.
It was like a good 2 years.
Yeah.
We were best friends with the guy who worked here.
Yeah. Now we haven't been here for a while. Oh wait, they're $2.65, Mars. OSB is $22, $23 a sheet. The last time I bought OSB, which honestly was like 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year ago, it was $7 or $8
Is
a
this the
sheet.
one we're getting?
So yeah,
How many
it's
do
crazy
we
how
need?
much more it's gotten. Nope, those are 60-pound bags. We need 80.
Those ones?
80. Yeah, look, 412, 490. It's like 60 cents, 70 cents different. We need
I'm pretty sure we get that one.
15 bags. I want our concrete to be level, so we're gonna make sure we hit straight boards.
Don't hit him in the head, please. There was Crandall just teaching me how to film after 3 years of doing this.
Yeah, seriously.
So, we ended up realizing that we changed the sizing of the what are we calling these steps? Pavers?
They're not pavers.
They're pathway steps.
The concrete path step walks. I don't know.
Might as well just call them concrete pavers.
Okay, pavers.
Like, but so we didn't need as many 2x4s as we thought, which is nice. However, we still need as much concrete as we thought because we did recalculate that. Do you need one of those things?
The trowel? Yeah, here's the problem is I forgot to look through my trowels before we came, so I have no idea what I do and don't have.
So let's get the right one, and I can always bring it back.
Well, I'm 90% sure I have everything. Here's the deal. If they don't have it,
You're gonna send me back in 2 hours.
No, then I'll go to J&I, which is a lot closer.
Well, I was gonna say, I can just come when I go get my nails done in 3 hours right here.
Yeah, true.
Well, Crandall and I, sometimes we forget all the projects that we've done on our house. And if you guys are new, welcome. But we actually did...
Concrete countertops,
I helped,
yeah.
so I get to say we. We did concrete countertops.
They turned out absolutely amazing. Go check out those videos if you guys haven't. I'll leave a thing right here. But they turned out absolutely amazing, and so that means I have all of the tools.
I absolutely love them. So
yeah, they turned out amazing, which I know a lot of you guys are new here. So yeah, go check out those videos of us completely gutting and rebuilding our kitchen. You guys won't believe the transformation that took place because it was
I love it.
Unbelievable. So we kind of quoted out this job. How much did I tell you it was going to be?
110.
110. It was 115.
Wow.
That's pretty good. But honestly, we ended up buying less 2x4s than I thought. So I thought it would have been. I thought it would have been less than 100, but apparently the stuff is more expensive than it used to be.
Or you just didn't count.
Or I didn't math right. Well, I didn't include the $10 for screws. So it would have been 105, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and get this load. We got 15 bags of concrete and I don't know, a dozen 2x4s that we got. Marcy's dying with her allergies over here.
I have been all day.
It has been all day. Look at her. She's covered in concrete. She's a hard-working woman.
He didn't let me do anymore.
Yeah, y'all probably saw in the time-lapse. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the guy that was, there was a guy over there, and he was like, "Hey, you got to stop lifting. I'm gonna come do it." So he helped lift in and get the rest of those bags in. So we got our 15 bags. I think we got 12.
He did 2 at a time.
Yeah, he did 2 at a time. 160 pounds. That's pretty good. Hopefully we have a little bit extra, honestly. Which we end up using on something else. We got a million projects going on. As you guys know, living on a farm, there's no shortage of things to do. So we're gonna go ahead and get these home, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna build this and do it all in one go. Rather than framing out each individual step, we're gonna frame them all at once and get it set up so we have it laid out just exactly how we want it. It's gonna be a little bit of a hack, and I'm excited to show you guys. This is gonna be a huge difference for us. We have had a lot of issues. As soon as it rains, we get covered in mud and our house just gets tracked in with mud. It's been a mess. So that is what we're trying to fix in today's video. The weather people cannot make up their minds. We just got back from Lowe's and Marcy went off to go get her nails done with her mom. And I'm here to work on the concrete, but it's gonna rain. So today was sunny and 75 was the forecast for the last week is what it's been showing for today. But as you guys can tell, it is ominous and dark right now, and we're gonna get we're under a severe thunderstorm watch. So we're likely going to get rain, which rain and fresh concrete don't really mix. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. I think I'll probably just try and at least get the forms up. And if I can get the forms up, hold on, Abby. If I can get the forms up, then if it rains or doesn't rain, I can figure out when I'm gonna pour the concrete. So let's go do that.
There's thunder right now. We hear the raindrops over there where you're walking.
Mm-hmm. What were you doing?
And then we walked in there. We hear the thunder all the way over there.
Really?
Yeah.
So the first thing here I'm thinking is I need to dig this out so that we have a perfectly flat slope between the front door. Y'all can't really tell, but it comes and then it kind of curves off right here. It drops down. So I want to make sure we have a straight run at it, and then we'll kind of reshape the grassy yard area as we go. Where these pavers are is actually going to get poured in concrete as well. So our first one, we're going to come 8 inches off of here. We're doing 8-inch spacing, and then it'll be 2.5 feet. So that'll be a step. Then it'll be 8 inches. Then it'll be 2.5 feet again, if that makes sense. So I'm going to just get after it with the shovel and start digging out my pathway. And there's no easy way of doing this. It's just get in there and get after it with elbow grease. Unless you have a tractor, then it'd probably take you about 2 minutes. The smell of pine. Oh, I haven't smelled that in a long time. I'm connecting these two together because this is going to be my form that I'm building right here, and it's going to span the whole length of what I'm building. Another tip on this is I'm going to set this board slightly lower than the top edge so that it has no chance of catching when we screed it or do any of that. So just lower it like 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch below the top of your board. Well, this rain ain't waiting around for nobody. I got the first one in. I think that's pretty close to how we want it. I do kind of want that side a little bit lower, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about that. But I'll tell you what I do know. We're going to figure it out. One thing's for sure, though. I'll take this little bit of rain and cooler weather over the 85, 90 degrees with 80% humidity we've had the last couple of days. This is great. I feel like $1 million out here working when it's this cool. Did y'all hear that? That was pretty loud. I got the cement covered, so hopefully it doesn't get ruined. I literally picked today to do this because today and tomorrow and the next day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we were supposed to have perfect, pristine weather. No rain, but then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all through next week, we're supposed to have rain. Watch, we're gonna get rain today and not get any rain next week. Just my luck. So I got these out pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and set the two ends so I can get everything squared, and then we'll stake it down with our concrete stakes. That way we can get it all squared and leveled. It's pretty much level right here. We will have to do some fine tuning, but it's pretty close. We are doing ours 3 feet wide, so the step will be 3 feet wide, and then they're going to be 3.5 feet wide and 2.5 feet deep.
That's just like a monster.
That was like a monster, that big thunder? You want to help me drill this?
Yeah. I got it right.
What you're doing?
Okay, I'm gonna do this, and so those woods together, and I can do it right there, and it goes, the water goes underneath, and it spreads out and goes all the way right here.
You made like a spillway for it?
Yeah, and then it drains all the way to there, and then goes all the way to grass, and then goes all the way to garden, and goes all the way out there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you helping me?
And it goes all the way over there.
Yeah.
And it goes under the car.
Wow. So we're getting rained out. My trench is now a small river. So I guess we're done for right now. We did get the frame kind of roughly put together. That post won't actually go there, but I'm just using it for spacing so I can stake it down. I'm going to put those concrete form stakes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on the other side, and then we'll go in, shovel out the rest, and screw it in. Y'all will kind of see the process. Hopefully you're learning something. Leave it down in the comments if you got any questions, and I'll go through and try and answer those. But this is kind of the simplest way I've seen to make forms, just using some 2x4s, some screws, and you could actually use wood stakes or metal stakes. whichever one you want. Well, we had a couple hours of light sprinkling rain. Thankfully, it wasn't a downpour, so it didn't wash out too bad. Had that river kind of running down there. Now it's still muddy, but we're going to go ahead and keep working on this. Dig out all that dirt. Once I get it all dug out, we can then stake it out, lay it out exactly how we want it. It's pretty close, though. I have to say, the rain is the best thing that happened. It made digging this out literally 10 times easier than the first section. It softened it right up. Like you can see, it took me like 2 minutes to do this, or the other side took me like 20. All right, you got to look at this, because once I stake it in, it's not moving.
Is that a good thing?
Well, yeah, as long as it's where you want it. The rain, I'm glad it rained, just that little bit, because it took so long for me to dig the first trench. It took me like 10 minutes to dig the rest of it, because it was wet.
Well, you should have just sprayed it with the hose.
I was going to, but then it started raining. So if you want to come over here and look at it.
Most of the time I feel like when I do this, I actually don't say.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Because as of right now, it's lined up and measured right. So if you change it, then that's an issue because it wouldn't be measured right.
Wouldn't be lined up straight.
33. And 33.
How's it centered with the door?
It's like an inch on each side.
Are we sure it's an inch on each side, or is it 2 inches on this side, 1 inch on this side? That's the only thing I really care about, is that it's centered with the door.
I think it's centered.
You think?
Well, yeah, I think.
And is it straight?
It's straight. It's squared with the pad that's there and the new one that's going to be poured.
Well, because I don't really know, I'm just going to trust you and then blame you later.
Yeah, sounds about right.
No,
All right.
blame you later. I think it looks good. I have to remind myself that this isn't straight at all, so it's really just up there that matters, because
This we'll straighten this out
Yes.
afterwards, and once we get more
right
gravel,
now it looks crooked.
which it kind of is when you like the driveway is crooked.
But
So
the driveway is crooked, but we'll make this part straight, right?
yeah,
Well, then I'm fine with it.
you ready to start mixing concrete? I got to get the rest of the forms put in, and then I'll be ready for you.
I don't have time for that tonight.
Why not? It's 5 o'clock. Okay,
I
it's
have
6.
to make
6:30.
peanut butter bars.
You have to make peanut butter bars.
Yeah.
Don't you want a front walkway?
It's gonna rain, and then it's gonna get dew, and then it's
No,
gonna be
I'm
dewy.
gonna put the plastic over it.
Then I don't have plastic. Wait, I don't know anything about concrete.
It will be
so-
fine.
But is it raining?
It doesn't matter. I've got plastic over it.
Okay. Like a
So
plastic tent, so then...
yeah, plastic's not gonna lay on the concrete.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we have a miscommunication in this moment, because he's like, I'm gonna put plastic on it, not over it, on it.
I'm pretty sure I said over. I'm gonna put the plastic over it.
Maybe. Who knows?
We do. We can play it back. All right, well, y'all, let's see me
This is where
put
we
this
put
on.
the crappy stuff.
Yeah, we put the wrong. This was like inch crushed, and the rest is 2 inch, and this inch just sunk into the mud.
Yeah, and we forgot to have him dump just a little bit right here.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these forms set up, so you guys actually know what we're looking at and what I'm building. Because up to this point, you probably have really no idea. So I don't know what the scientific name is for this, but giant tent stake, I guess. No, these are concrete anchor, concrete form anchors. Yep, we'll go with that. So they've got holes drilled in them that you can use to drill into your stuff. I'll show you guys kind of how it works here. Now the key with your forms, if you want to run a screed board across the top to get your concrete level, which I'll show you all here when we get to that point, is you want all of your anchors, your stakes, whatever you're using to be below the edge. Same with how I lowered the edge when I was connecting the two pieces. You want to do the same thing with anything that you put next to this. so that you can screed the whole thing and not have to worry about it snagging. You can work around them, but I found it easier to just have it all smooth so you can do it all in one go. There we go. Do a bunch more of those. Oh, and then the next thing is I'll take the level when I go to do the other side and make sure it's level. I'm using this side as my gauge, my leveler, and then setting this other side. So that other side needs to come up just a hair. All right, y'all, the form is all complete. It's pretty much as solid as you can get. Now this is where the haters are gonna start hating. Bring it on. I don't really care. I'm doing it how I want to do it. It's DIY, so do it how it suits you. I'm gonna go through, wash the forms. Thankfully, under this ground is pretty compacted already. I'm not gonna put a gravel base down. I am just going to pour the concrete straight onto the clay that is here. There's maybe ½ an inch of sand, and then it's straight virgin clay that's never been dug up. When we dug out the front yard, I came in and put this topsoil on top of the hard clay, and I pretty much dug back down to that clay. So we're just gonna pour them on here. If it comes down to it and one of them cracks or I have to replace one, I did it once, I can do it again. It won't be too big of a deal. But they're all separated, and they're such small pieces that I don't think we're gonna have any issue with cracking or settling or anything of that matter. Plus, they're small enough, if they settle and one side drops, I literally can just get a shovel, pry it up, put dirt, rock underneath it, and it'll be good. So, like I said, there is a couple of ways you could do this. You could put down some gravel, put down 1 inch or 2 of gravel, pour your concrete on top of that. I don't think we're going to do that. I think it'd just be a little overkill for what I'm working on right now. For our spacing, in case you're interested in that, it's a 29-foot by 3.5-foot block. Then there's an 8-inch gap, and then another 29. So we have an 8-inch space that's going to get filled with pea gravel. This is actually eventually going to have 8-inch right here that will be full of gravel. So if you can imagine, this is gravel and this is gravel. This will be pea gravel. And then there'll be the curbing next to that. Hopefully sometime down the road, we'll be able to get our curbing, and we're going to curb out our flower beds, our entry, the driveway, kind of all of that to give us some rigid lines to be able to go off of. But I'm stoked about this. There is not a better day to do this, though, besides the rain. The rain did kind of mess it up, but the rain also drops the temperature, I don't know, 15 degrees. So I'll take it, because otherwise this would be an absolute miserable task to do, especially mixing the concrete during the heat of the day. I forgot that this door handle got broke off. This broke off when we were pulling out the trees with my truck. That was the only damage we got from pulling out all those trees. And I probably need to get a new one here if we're going to keep using this truck. Concrete tools. Finishing broom. Let's figure out how much water goes in here. 3.5 quarts of water. This is our water measuring. 3.3 liters. This is 3.7. So we'll fill it up to like here. If it's a little bit wet of a mix, I'm okay with that too. But that'll be perfect. Now, I think I can do 2 bags at a time. I think it'll take 3 bags maybe to do a section. It might take 4. It's a little bit less than 4 inches thick. We're going to find out. Well, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to be a bag short. I sure hope not. It's a very messy job.
that's what it's called?
Screeding, yeah.
It's 8:30.
Can you tell them the problem we have?
Somehow we miscalculated and
Okay, not even us. Unless I must have put in the wrong measurements. It was my fault, obviously, but...
well, I think mentally we should have known that this was going to take more than 3 bags.
Yeah. I think we ended up making them slightly bigger than I thought we were. I'm not sure.
How big are they?
Off of what we measured last night. They're 3.5 by 2.5.
That's what we talked about.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know what happened, but that's alright. Now I can do it in stages and I won't be out here till midnight. So
I have had such bad allergies today that, like, I sneezed so much this morning, like you guys saw, that my throat is now, like, raw from sneezing. And it hurts, and I feel worn out and tired.
It is the next day. I got finished about 10 o'clock or so, getting those all taken care of. Wasn't able to show you guys the process because it was dark. We did run out of material, so I figure, heck, we'll just retry. We'll restart showing you guys kind of the process, pick up where we left off, where it got too dark, and take you through the end and the finishing of the concrete. So I got 3 of the 5 done. I ended up using 4 bags of concrete plus a little bit. So we need to go get another 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of concrete, and then we'll be able to get it finished. Here is what it looks like. Goose did come stand on there and kind of ruined this. Y'all can see he left a pretty good paw track right there, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess it adds some character. But the rest of them, those other 2 look pretty good. His paw tracks are just dirt. Those will come off pretty easy. We're going to have to keep him off of these, though. I thought it was going to be hard enough that it wouldn't matter, but somehow it was not hard enough. So that's, yeah, kind of a bummer deal. But basically, the steps to this process is I had the water, I had the concrete, I let it mix, I add some more water, add another bag of concrete. This mixer is able to do 2 80-pound bags. And then I dump it out and repeat the process. What in the world? Oh, flip. Just got my finger in the gears there. Dang it. Ouch. Well, that sucked. There we go. Oh no! It's split! That was terrible. You want to help me? Okay. This is your first time doing concrete? And then you want to push it this way, okay? As we pull it. See, we're moving the concrete right here. try it again. We do it a couple of times.
When they try that?
Tomorrow.
And then we can walk on it?
Yep. Gotta fill in the holes.
I think the way will fall like right.
They need to sit for a little bit, and then once they harden up just a little bit, I'll come over, trowel them out round the corners, and do the broom texture. That's kind of the next 3 steps. So we'll catch you guys back up in about an hour.
Oh, look. We found one.
Yeah, those are the peas Daddy ate yesterday.
I want to put them off.
I just ate the peas. I didn't eat the husk.
We didn't eat a husk.
Huh? Because I don't want to. Here.
I ate a husk.
Here, bite it.
Oh, this one does. Whoa, a pea.
Yeah.
Good job.
How's that?
Good.
You like having a garden?
Mm-hmm.
You can just come out here and snack whenever you want to.
Mm-hmm. This one's not daddy.
Y'all can see how many there are on here. There's heaps. They're finally growing good.
This one is already ready.
Yeah. Maybe not very many kids get to do what you're doing.
Wow. This one is ready.
Yeah.
Okay, I saved this one for Marcy.
Okay. Oh no, Houston, we have a problem. That's goose tracks right in the middle of it. Gosh, dang it. Well, I guess I'm going to see if I can fix that. Well, shucks. To be honest, y'all, I don't know what to do about that. Let's see if I can get some. I don't have much extra concrete here to work with. All right, y'all, there's the last 2 steps. You can see a little bit of lines. I'm gonna try and smooth that out a little bit more, and then I'm gonna run the broom over it. This is what I'm talking about when I say broom. It's a concrete broom. Time to broom it.
I feel like this is something we need to be quiet when you do.
I know, right?
Is there a reason you broomed in that direction?
You broom it all in one direction, but it doesn't matter what.
I think it makes sense though, because if you would have done it the other way, then I could still slip.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not a thing, but okay. So is it gonna be blue?
It does kind of have a blue tint to it, huh?
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps leading up to our house. I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna go get some gravel for right here. Right here, you can see how much of a muddy mess that is. So I'm gonna go get probably half a load of gravel and dump it right here. So we don't have mud, because that's what we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to get rid of the mud. And then we'll be able to walk to our front door and cut down a ton on the mud when it rains. I'm very, very excited about that.
Oh, I am too.
Like, that's going to be the best part of this, is not having as much dirt in the house.
Yeah. Well, because like right now, even with the grass here, it was still like mud and then grass and dirt and then.
Yeah, like you just.
Because then you're like walking all on this.
Yeah.
And then this mud will be gone. And the worst part is it's like this whole edge on the whole thing. So no matter what, you have to walk through at least 2 steps of mud, like even with the grass.
Yeah. No, that's so true. So. Our grass is coming in. At least it filled in this center spot. That one's not really filled in quite as much, but it is filling in a little bit more. I haven't put down any more seed. We don't have any more. And so I'm like just trying to make do with what we got. And I'm going to go get more seed, because this is ryegrass. It's not going to live all summer, I don't think. So we're going to plant the Kentucky fescue in here as well.
Looks good, Colonel.
Thanks. That's how you do it. That is how you lay it out. It's super simple. And I'm going to go through the cost breakdown now of how much this costs to do. Like I said, they're 2.5 foot by 3.5 foot pieces, and there's 5 of them. Obviously, if you add, your size is going to vary on how much it's going to cost. But we'll go ahead and go through a cost breakdown, because this actually ended up being cheaper than I thought it was going to be. And I'm really excited about that, because if you got a project like this, y'all, it is less than $200. I think. We got to go calculate it. But I'm pretty sure it's less than $200 to do this project. And this changes everything for us. Are you guys ready to see how much this costs? Now, this is going to be a little bit different. I didn't actually pay this much because I already had some of the, I had the stakes already, so I didn't end up paying those. But the total came out to $200.10. But here is the cost breakdown. We got screws at $10. We used 22 bags of concrete, $5 each, so that came out to be $109. We used 15 or 16 2x4s. That was $47.68. And then these are the steel stakes that I used. Now, like I said, I already had these, so I was able to save the $32 because they are very much reusable. So if you're to buy all of that stuff, the grand total is $210 for that. That definitely is a little pricey considering what it is. Prices have gone way up, but I am really happy that it ended up being like $170-ish for what we put in today. Here's how it's looking as it's drying. Obviously, these 3 are drying faster than those other 2 because these were poured about 12 hours earlier. In the next video, we are going to be taking off the forms, and fingers crossed they don't crumble into a million pieces. So subscribe, stay tuned for that video. That's going to be coming here in the next couple of days. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.